Good evening, friends, followers, channel members. Friday night, let's do a flight. Oh wow, this is busy. Okay, so we've got an event on here in Geneva, and so as you can see, everybody is landing and departing from Geneva this evening, which is great. It means ATC will be ultra realistic. We've obviously got full ATC coverage here on the ground, and for our departure you can see another aircraft just coming in and landing there. So hopefully it's going to be interesting to see if we get held up at all. Fingers crossed, not too much. But yeah, this is nice. Good weather as well. Operational flight plan is of course pinned in the chat if you are watching on YouTube. Welcome to our Twitch viewers as well, those of you watching on that platform. And we've got Christopher Shaw already celebrating 10 months of membership. Christopher, thank you so much for your support over the last 10 months. So happy flying indeed. And the Stoner Pilot on Twitch, thank you so much for the follow. So hope everyone's had a great week. We're now looking forward to the weekend, and what better way than a nice live stream. Come on board, grab yourself a drink, and we're heading to Barcelona this evening. So welcome on board Heathrow Plane Spotter, Mark, Dark Fury, Alfie 2, Climo, Drini, Wally, Husk, Wowie of Endor, love that name, Dan Skelton, J-Hog, LA Kids, Chris Short of course, McBull, Boxer Steve as well, currently flying from Liverpool to Tees Valley in a Beechcraft Bonanza. Oh, that's nice. And Michael Rask as well. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody out, but thank you so much guys for coming on board this evening. Hope we've got a great weekend lined up. It starts here. We are in the Neo tonight. This is a real world flight, of course. Actually, the real world flight was cancelled. But I thought, well, why not? We'll do it anyway. But it was scheduled to be a Neo, so we are in the FlyByWire Neo this evening. So good to have that out again, replicating real world ops. Of course, if we were replicating real world ops, we'd just be sat in the terminal. Jimbo, good evening to you as well. Right, let's go ahead and grab the get inside our aircraft. You can just see the catering is getting loaded, and we're just about to start getting loaded as well. My McDo servers appear to be working, so we just need to head in and see if we can get that sorted. Let's see what's happening there. Right. I need to try and remember how to do this. There's a little trick. Is it in the sim options? Yeah, I think it's that one. We have to kind of turn that off turn that back on again. And there we go, as if by magic, that's now working. Wonderful. So there is our a quick look at the flight plan as well. Geneva to Barcelona this evening. We're in no rush to get out. It's not the longest of flights. It's 1 hour and 11 minutes flight time for us today. And we're going to start getting loaded up in a minute. But before we do that, we're going to go through and have a look and see what fuel we're going to take. So the operational flight plan, here it is. Just over 4.5 tons. A quick look through this earlier on, and well, do you know what? There's absolutely no reason why we should be struggling to get into Barcelona tonight. Clear skies all of the way down, so we should have nice views all the way through. Frank WG, how you doing, mate? Welcome on board tonight. The only reason I can think of to take any extra fuel is perhaps a little bit of time sat on the ground with no pushback here. We're straight out self-maneuvering stand anyway, so that's quite neat. So we are indeed going to be not looking at taking too much extra fuel. 4.9. I'm going to ask the guys to go ahead and load. So we're going to take 4.9 tons, and that's a extra what, 6.3. That's about an extra half a ton overall. So yeah, I think that's about it. Let's go and tell the guys to start refueling. Having flown the Phoenix for so long, I do sometimes just have to have a quick word with myself on how we set this aircraft up. So 4.9 tons of fuel, set that to real time of course. There we are. We can also check out the ATIS information as well here at Geneva. Let's see what's happening in Geneva.
This is Geneva information, Mike at 1850. ILS approach runway 22. Transition level 80. Wind 280 degrees 4 knots. Visibility 10 kilometers or more. Clouds few at 4,500 feet. Temperature 2.14. QNH 1014. Nozig. Geneva information, Mike.
Okay, so I'm going to scribble that down. So we've got QNH is 1014. We've got information Mike on board. Let's just go through and check everything set up. We're in a turnaround state, of course, so we can see APU is currently powered down. The packs are off. Everything on the overhead is as it should be. We're going to get that APU started in a moment. 1014, that's fine. Just come down here, check everything else is set as it should be. That all looks good. Flight deck door is currently open. Should be squawking 2000 on the standby. And acupressure is already pressurized. Our initial climb today should be 7,000. We'll get the constraints on as well. Oh, another company aircraft departing. Say goodbye, Mr. Easyjet. Tell you what, VATSIM looks really smooth now, doesn't it, since they updated their servers. Chris Shaw says it's like a blast from the past with the fly-by-wire, but technically this is the newer aircraft. How strange. So we're all set up. I've got my McDo server all working. Let's go and get the APU powered up, and then we can actually start throwing some passengers on. So hit that. Count to 3. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Let that fire up, and whilst we're doing that, we'll just check we've got everything set up on here. So we've got 3 nav green, and we've got the LEAP engines valid air cycle. So just clear the GPS primary, and we'll get our init request sorted. Call sign tonight, that's quite a nice one, isn't it? Alpine 68 Delta Lima. We've most certainly had worse. Right, so on the operational flight plan, let's see. We've got the alternate to light is Lima Echo Romeo Sierra. Pop that in. Cost index is 8. Flight level is 330 with a temperature of -46. Ground temperature is 20 degrees. That's quite nice for this time of night in Geneva. And we've got the tropo of 38058. Download the winds. That was nice and fast. And let's just check our place here on the stand. We're currently stand 31, so let's go and grab the parking stand coordinates and we'll have a look for those. Let's see. Stand 31. There we go. So 41.18.4 north. Ooh, that looks a bit offline, doesn't it? 41.18.4 north, and east should be 254 east. That's probably the furthest I've seen that out, to be honest. Okay. Should probably realign those. We'll be alright. For a simulator, we'll be alright. So, let's get rid of that. Is that AP up and running yet? Ah, it is. Let's get the bleed air on. Give that a minute. Box received, so the traffic are other real people is absolutely right. Yep, so they are indeed other real people, and there's a lot of them. There's some great airlines as well. I don't know what this one is, but I think I saw a all Nippon aircraft the other side of the airfield. Alright, give that a minute, we'll start getting passengers on. Flight plan, what we're expecting today. So, departing from runway 22, we're expecting the Ballsy 7 Alpha. Get that inserted. Check the coding in a little bit. In fact, no, I'll check the coding now whilst I've got this on screen. Bear with me 1 second. So Ballsy 7 Alpha, that gives us, have we got an actual routing? Oh, easy to follow it on here. So to the Papa Alpha Sierra, and then when we're 8 miles out from Geneva, we go to Rummel. From there we should have then Lina, and then 22 miles from Papa Alpha Sierra. We've got, oh, Lina's not part of our departure, ignore that, but the 22 miles is, that's fine. That is this one just here, the Victor. Then we've got Bevan, and then we've got Ballsy, and of course just all of the constraints, they all match, as we expect they should. Arrival then is at the other end. It's going to be the ILS Zulu, I believe, into runway 06 left. Let's just go ahead and find that. 06 left Zulu, that's a nice long runway. And we're expecting, what's our arrival? The Alber 1 Echo. Top one. And the VIA for that takes us in via Sierra Lima Lima. Okay, so 430 miles, flight plan's got 381. Well, that's not entirely implausible because there's this little manual leg here which can go on for quite a while, so yeah, that's probably the reason for that. We'll leave that in for now, of course, and then if we've got ATC at the other end, we'll obviously follow them, follow ATC instructions. I don't know if there is any ATC on at Barcelona this evening. We'll find out as we get there. Right onto the RadNav page. Let's pop in the Papa Alpha Sierra and also the other one that we're going to need for our engine out, which is Sierra Papa Romeo. There we go. Onto our init B page. Right, passengers, guys, I think you can start getting on board now.
Cabin crew, refueling is underway and the bags start to get loaded, so let's open the doors and allow our passengers on board. Thank you. No problem.
It is great to see it as busy as this, isn't it? It really does help add to the immersion. Wait till we turn on the ATC and start listening in. Jess Davis, good evening. And Joe Cruz on Twitch, good evening to you as well. So let's see what we've got. Zero fuel weight, according to our flight plan tonight, is 58.1. We just put a standard CFG in. Trip wind is a headwind tonight of 22. And let's see what the fuel planning says. We're taking 4.9 tons. That says 3.9, so that's good. So we've got 4.9 tons in the tanks. Fuel for our alternate tonight is going to be, let's call that 1.1 ton. And that gives us an extra 4 minutes to play with. Doesn't sound like a lot, but remember that the fuel that we're taking still includes actually trying to get in at Barcelona, going around for a second go, and then naffing off to our alternate. Something which I truly do not expect to happen this evening. There's no reason. Weather is good in Barcelona. Takeoff weight then is 62.8. Alright, let's go to our performance page then. We're going to have to fire up SimSmart for this. I've not had SimSmart out for a while. Let me just position this, and then we'll hopefully be able to see both the McDo and SimSmart at the same time. Right, so we've got, where are we? Lima Sierra Golf Golf. And we're going to select runway 22 for our departure. Martin T says, good evening from Montreal, Canada. Splendid weather there. Fantastic. Same as it is here in Geneva, actually. So, runway 22. Grab the current METAR. Light winds, look at that. Only 4 knots. Captain Nathan, good evening. So, of course, dry anti-ice will be off. That takeoff weight 62.8. CFG will be forward here in the fly-by-wire. Flex config 1, packs a bit off. Wait for it to calculate. Yeah, look at that. V1, VR, V2, all the same because of that nice, nearly 4 kilometre long runway, and we're not exactly very heavy, so that makes perfect sense. So we've got 149 for all of our V speeds. Let's go ahead and fill those out. Transition altitude is 7,000. Right, the thrust reduction and acceleration values then. We've got 2863. The acceleration is 4366. And yeah, this is different thrust acceleration, thrust reduction acceleration value is a high acceleration value because we need to get up and high away from the terrain around Geneva. Plus, it's also better for noise abatement, of course. Engine out procedure is 2366. Flaps 1 and a flex of 68. Fantastic. So for those of you that do fly the fly-by-wire, of course, check out a link in the video description for a link to SimSmart. Version 2 is hopefully around the corner. I've been testing that a little bit over the last couple of days, and it's just, at the moment, it's much faster, but it's been throwing out some daft V-speed calculations. I had one the other day which was about 89 knots. We'd struggle to get a Cessna off at that. Right, there we go, all put in. Christian says only intersection A is possible at the moment. I've planned for full length, Christian, as well. So that's pretty much what we're expecting tonight. So yeah, full length. I'm not going. I think they're a bit too busy to start backing people up on Bravo. If there was no event on and quieter, I'd have planned for Bravo. But looking at where everyone else was departing prior to the stream starting, intersection Alpha is the way forward. Okay, so that's all done. Squidly says, loving another fly-by-wire flight. Yes. Captain Robbie just realised this is fly-by-wire. Yeah, the fly-by-wire. As I said, when the Phoenix came out, you know, we weren't saying never again to fly-by-wire. Fly-by-wire is a great aircraft. Lots of hard work going on. Hands off to all the devs that put their time and effort into making this aircraft as good as it is. Right, so secondary flight plan obviously doesn't work at the moment, so just to help us out with our engine out procedure, in fact, let me just bring SimSmart back in, then you can see what I'm doing with that. One moment. So our engine out procedure here is non-standard because of the terrain, of course. So the Papa Alpha Sierra VOR, we're going to make a left turn and we're going to head back to the Sierra Papa Romeo VOR, which is great because that's actually the start of the approach to get back in. So let's just put these. I'm going to pop those in. So we're going to pop in first of all the Papa Alpha Sierra VOR, and then we'll add another fix at Sierra Papa Romeo, and that's the one just there, 113.9, and we've got an inbound of 224, so the reciprocal of that, which I can add in, is 044. There we go. Done. So just check what this looks like now. If I pop the plan on there and zoom out. There we are. Lovely. Discontinuity in the flight plan, have we got one? Yep, let's just clear that. Beautiful. Right, time to start doing some briefs, I think. Alpha2 says, I had the best experience with Easyjet a couple of weeks ago. It was the best experience ever. Cabin crew was nice, and yeah, it was great. Oh, the cabin crew can make or break a flight, can't they? Yeah, they really can. It's starting to slowly get dark here. I might have to put some lights on. That'll annoy Christian. Alright, let's do our brief then. First of all, let's take a little look at the weather. First of all, in Geneva, we have got only a few clouds, 4,500 feet, 20 degrees, great visibility, so there's nothing affecting us just there, is there? Our takeoff weight here is 62.8, which is well below the maximum landing rate, so getting back in here, should we need to, is no problem. Weather en route, let's have a quick look, but we can see, if I just scroll down here, we've got great weather at not just our destination but also the alternates as well. If we just have a little look at the TAF going on as well, yeah, well, there it is, look. Well, it's currently 112 knots, 100 degrees 12 knots, that is, not 112 knots, 28 degrees. But really, nothing's going to change. No reason why we shouldn't be able to get in there. And then if we just scroll down right down to the SIGMET charts as well, you can see we've not even got any forecasts for any cumulonimbus en route or anything like that. So good weather for the entire flight and the landing. The aircraft is the A320neo, fully serviceable with the exceptions of terrain radar and weather radar. Of course, terrain radar would have been nice here, but we are VMC with good visibility, so it's not too much of an issue. No notes for our departure. Threats today, well, number one, I'm just going to say, is the amount of traffic that we have here. A lot more traffic than usual, so that's worth bringing into our brief. And then the other thing, of course, is generally the terrain. So the terrain, let me just bring up the Navigraph charts again. The terrain here is, oh, Mark's just told me it's jittery when panning around. Mark, that's a setting I've just got on Streamlabs. I will fix that before we move, don't you worry. So the terrain we've got here, as you're well aware, for those of you that know Geneva quite well, our departure takes us between all of the terrain, but obviously we've got terrain to the west of us, to the north of us, to the east of us. The little escape route is kind of down straight on the SID, isn't it? But minimum safe altitude on the departure is 7,000 feet, and that obviously becomes a lot higher as we head further out. Okay, so we are parked stand 31. No pushback required. It's going to be straight out, and then we expect link 3 onto the outer, and then up to Alpha intersection for our departure full length. Just once again, having a look at this, we're straight out to the Papa Alpha Sierra VOR. No speed restrictions. our initial climb is flight level 90, so let's go ahead and set that. So I think that's about it. Hey, look at that, Sun Express. What, where is Sun Express? I don't recall downloading that livery for the for the model matching, but fair play. Right, let me just get rid of the jitters. Right, that should now be panning around and be much nicer for anyone that was worried about that. I think we're nearly loaded. I think we've got about 25 passengers to go. Let's see if we can actually get any departure clearance then, because it's going to be so busy here on the ground at Geneva. So we have got there's 2 different frequencies. What do you want? Responsible for ATC clearance and the northern apron. Okay, so I think we want the other one, which is 12185. Let's see. Ben says you can use CPDLC as well. Yeah, we can try that if it's too busy. You should still make voice contact though prior to that. Right, this could be busy. Let's see if we can get a word in edgeways.
Outer and link 3.
Same for 2 outer and link 3, thank you.
Just lock the flight deck door whilst I remember.
Geneva apron, bonsoir, German Air Force 901, stand 16, ready for push and start.
German Air Force 901, Geneva apron, bonsoir, stand by.
And Geneva ground, Alpine 68 Delta Lima, stand 31, requesting a file clearance as filed to Barcelona. We have information, Mike, type A320 Neo.
Last station calling for clearance, contact ground 121.675. Bye bye.
12167, thank you, Alpine 68 Delta Lima. It was the other one. Geneva ground, good evening, Alpine 68 Delta Lima, stand 31, requesting IFR clearance as filed to Barcelona, type A320 Neo, and we have information, Mike.
Alpine 68 Delta Lima, Geneva ground, bonsoir, information, Mike, correct, runway 22 cleared Barcelona, Balsi 7 Alpha departure, climb flight level 90, squawk 6732.
Departure runway 22 via Balsi 7 Alpha, initial climb, flight level 90, squawk 6732, Alpine 68 Delta Lima.
Alpine 68 Delta Lima, read back correct.
Initial climb is 90, not 80. There we go.
And EZ69 Kilo, Mike on stand 1 is ready for push and start. EZ69 Kilo, Mike, you're number 2 for...
Okay, so just, what's this? What's this going on? We've got some VFR traffic as well. It may be IFR, but it looks a bit small to be IFR. That's interesting. Given the amount of traffic coming into Geneva tonight, that is incredibly, incredibly interesting to see. I think we've just finished. I think we've just finished with the loading as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board our Easyjet service. Please place your large bags into the overhead locker, wheels first, and keep your small items under the seat in front of you. These include laptops, handbags, duty-free and loose items of clothing. Once you have safely stowed your cabin bag, please take your seat. To help us ensure a prompt departure, we would kindly ask that you keep the aisle clear, enabling all remaining customers to board. Your seatbelt can now be fastened ready for departure. This is a no smoking service. Thank you for observing this policy.
Thank you.
Alright, so let's just check our before start checklist of lines. So our cockpit preparation is complete, signs are on and auto. Idea's got 39 green. That fuel quantity is 4,900 kilograms. Set and balanced. FMGS is set. Altimeter is 1014, 1,400 feet. No tug required, of course, for our taxi out today.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck this morning, let me welcome you on board this Easyjet
Morning.
aircraft as you settle in for what we hope is going to be a most enjoyable flight. The weather today doesn't look to be posing much of a problem, so we should have a nice smooth ride for you throughout the duration of the flight. And as the cabin crew continue making their last preparations, if you could please assist them by getting yourselves sat down, your seatbelts fastened, and make yourselves nice and comfortable. The ground crew have now finished loading the aircraft, and we're just about finished with all our pre-flight checks, so it won't be long until we are pushed back. If you could please give the cabin crew your full attention as they go through the safety briefing, we'd very much appreciate it. So on behalf of myself and the First Officer, we'd like to say thank you for choosing Easyjet today, and we look forward to giving you a safe flight.
10-minute delay on the startup. That's fine. That's fine. That means we've just got more time to sit and chat, doesn't it?
Cabin crew, we're all ready to go. Move on the door of the cross-check. Thank you.
I see Nick has taken to Twitch to watch us tonight. How are we doing there, Nick? Hope you're well. All right, let's see how we're getting on then with our departure request. And Geneva ground, Alpine 68 Delta Lima is ready for startup.
Alpine 68 Delta Lima, that's copied. You are number 6, expect about 12 minutes.
We'll go Alpine 68 Delta Lima. Okay, we've just got to hope that the oh, there you go. I did see a All Nippon. I wonder if he is actually going all the way over to Japan. That would be an epic flight if he is. Kudos to them. Yeah, so told you we got about 12 minute departure time. Tell you what, should we hold him to that?
Bonsoir, Bavarian 2. Just a quick question. Have you received the new flight plan to Alton Rijn?
Varia 2, Sheriff Ground, bonsoir. Yeah, I did, but the flight plan is invalid. It doesn't, there are no directs in Switzerland.
So I've just had my first officer make the PA announcement that we're going to be delayed here on the ground for 12 minutes.
Ah, I see. Somebody has made something different than I wanted. I will send you a new flight plan then.
I sent you a recommendation for a valid plan.
That's the one I had, but Simbrief changed it.
Alright.
So Nick on Twitch says we just need one more follow. We've hit
Ground, good evening.
1,000 followers on Twitch. That's amazing.
Paris Orly with information Mike. France 1040, Genève Ground, bonsoir.
We need 43.
Now current runway 22
43 subs on YouTube.
6 Alpha departure.
And we've got
Flight
25,000.
level 90, squawk 1000.
Roger, information November, cleared for Orly, runway 22, departure JPR 6 Alpha, flight level 90, squawk 1000, Air France 1040.
Air France 101, correction 1040, readback, correct.
J-Hog says it's time to get a coffee. I think you've got plenty of time.
And all the stations currently in queue for startup, expect another 4 minutes added, expect another 4 minutes added to your expected startup time. So number 1 will have startup at approximately 40 and number 6 will have startup at approximately 50.
So it's about 60 minutes time, isn't it?
Just as an info.
Uzgerva says, as a Swiss by myself, ATC sounds very Swiss. We've got some great views though to enjoy, haven't we? Sat here on the flight deck. Is that another Easyjet going? Smooth as. Love it. No bricks. Hi mate. Do I have the Turbcat Turbo? No, I don't. No. Did anyone get on like the VATSIM map or VAT map, whatever, and see if that All Nippon is actually heading to Japan? Because I think that's amazing. He must not be married, or she, or they have a very understanding spouse. Dark Fury quiz time. Yeah. Friday night quiz time. Where is he when we need him? It's a jolly good job here. Let's just turn the camera down. Jolly good job that the oh hello that the APU doesn't actually burn any fuel. Nick on Twitch says, yeah, he is indeed off to Japan. 777.
Oh, we have sent the revised flight plan and ready to copy clearance to Alta Marine.
Bavaria 2, information November, current runway 22 cleared Alten Rhein, Molo 4 Alpha departure, climb flight level 90, squawk 1000.
Alright, cleared Alten Rhein, Molo 4 Alpha departure, runway 22, initial climb flight level 90 and squawk 1000.
Paul Noel says we need to stop start technology on planes soon, waiting this long. I've not even got the engines running just yet.
We are also available for a Cornell departure.
Bavaria 2, the departure route doesn't matter too much, so that's fine for me.
Departure doesn't matter too much, you're still going to be delayed. The Stone Pilot says nice to see you on Twitch. Yeah, we do venture on there as well occasionally.
Yeah, station calling unreadable.
Yeah, April 430 requesting to set the gate.
Wrong frequency, contact 121.85.
My apologies.
Well, you know,
So it's 875.
we're sat here, we may as well
121.85. Bye-bye.
have a look
April 121.85
at the arrival.
Service. It's Swiss 875.
Oh, that's Dark Fury. He's just got his clearance to switch channels. Let's have a look at the arrival. So we're going to be coming in on the Albert arrival. So this is pretty straightforward. Let's just have a look down here, actually. And then we can compare. So, just sat chilling, doing our arrival brief. So we've got Alba just there. We need to be below 250 feet at Alba, so that's not marked. Let's just go and well, let's go and edit that, shall we? Pop that in. Right, there we go. Alba 250, then Girona. We need to be flight level 100 at 10 miles from Sierra Lima, which is this one just here, and that's already showing at flight level 100. And then at Sarabel, let's have a look. Move on here. So Sarabel, and then we can get down to, or the lowest we get down to is 5,000 feet. Let's just work backwards a little bit and see what's our platform altitude here. Oh, the platform altitude's 3,000 feet. So, depending on if there's any ATC, of course, we're planning for no ATC as always. So in that case, Yeah, this would make sense. So 5,000 feet at Barcelona 545. I'll just make that a hard constraint.
EC69 kilo Mike, contact apron 121.85.
There we go. Speed constraint there of green dot speed. That looks good to me, or roughly green dot speed. Happy with that. There really is not too much to do on this arrival, which is nice. Then we've got 541, and again the minimum is 4,000 feet there. And then we have all of these extra legs here, but of course if we've not actually got any ATC or traffic in front of us, we can just go then straight to Asterix, which is the platform altitude 3,000 feet shown there.
Ground, good evening. Germania 9 Whiskey Tango position for
and we'll have slowed down
with information November for startup and IFR clearance.
And that's it. So that's the box coded in for everything we need.
Papa Geneva, ground, bonsoir. Information, November correct, runway 22 cleared Frankfurt.
So, this is probably as straightforward as it comes.
Level 9, squawk 1000.
Green dot.
Bonus for Alpha departure, climbing level 9,
Flaps 1.
1000.
Flaps 2. And in.
Germania 9 Whiskey Papa Rita, correct.
Quick look at the landing then.
And I'm guessing you can experience some delay for push. Do you know how long it will be?
Germania 9 Whiskey Papa, that's correct. Currently,
Papa 4,
6
Papa 2,
planes in queue. You would
cross
be
the
number
first
7
taxiway,
about
and then
1952.
left
Zulu.
to Terminal
okay,
2.
Perfect, thanks.
Confirm ready for startup then?
Yeah, we will be ready for startup with
Alright, well that's the arrival brief done. That's nice and
Germania 9
straightforward.
Whiskey Papa, cockpit number 7. Expect startup in about 8 minutes.
Startup in 8 minutes, perfect. 9 Whiskey Papa.
EC230, contact apron 121.85. Bye bye.
How long have we been holding now?
121.85, EC2 preserving. You could even.
We've been here for nearly 10 minutes.
Varia 2, go.
Yeah, just for information, our T-set will be expected at 25 Zulu.
Confirm 2005?
Hey, from Tisso in 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's cockpit report ready for startup.
Obviously we've got to keep an ear on air traffic controls. We're waiting for our push. Well, we'll get transferred over to the ground frequency first of all.
Whatever, Delta November at holding point Yankee, request taxi to North Apron.
Hotel Foxtrot November, ground, welcome back, taxi GS sector via Yankee.
Taxi GS sector via Yankee, Delta November.
So we will do a full arrival brief on
we can
route,
expect
but
pushback facing northeast onto inner or anything else, because then we can already get the guy connected and be ready whenever you tell us to.
Germania 9 Whiskey Papa, that can be assumed, yeah.
2 aircraft coming. I thought I saw 3, but there you go.
Runner 647, contact
Oh, there you go.
121.
I thought I'd seen 3.
Bye-bye.
3 on approach, 1 departing. As real as it gets, right? What happens if someone calls ATC and requests priority because their wife will kill them if they're late?
What about Delta November? Can I
private aircraft?
Stand choice?
Affirm.
Bet checking the traffic on the VAT map. The place is just swarmed, isn't it? So Christian earlier on the Discord said that this was going to be a short short flight, and I said it'll be okay. It means he might actually get to see the landing before he's got to go to bed. That may not happen.
Air France 1040, ready for push and start.
Once again, I'd like to apologise for the extent. Air France 1040, number 6, expect about 10 minutes.
Number 6, expecting 10 minutes, Air France 1040.
For the Bravo Delta 1st November at Lima 10. Thanks for service invitation and Nordic.
That is
Clear
an
fast,
old
Delta
Lufthansa
140, contact apron
livery there.
121.85. Bye-bye.
21.85, thanks, Delta 140.
Very old Lufthansa livery. Proper retro. No breaks, you're on your way. Geneva to Berlin. Good shout. Football moments, great stream. Well, we've not moved yet, football, but thank you. Hell Driver says good evening as well. Good evening to you. Dan Skilton says, according to Social Blade, you're estimated to reach 25,000 subs around the 28th of this month, based on the current trend. What's that? That's about 4 days' time, isn't it? Oh, can you imagine if we did it tonight? Sim with Elliot. Hi, mate. Welcome on board. You've missed nothing. We're sat here in a long traffic queue. $150 passengers today, though. It's nice, though, to be able to actually fly into events like this where there's a lot of traffic, a lot of AIG traffic as well. I'm not sure I would have risked the old rig with this while streaming at the same time. Looks like a really steep takeoff, doesn't it, from this angle? I'm sure it's not.
Geneva ground, good evening. Scandinavian 22 Zulu on span 33. Requesting IFR clearance to London Gatwick. Information November on board, and we're a 737-700.
Scandinavian 22 Zulu, Geneva ground, bonsoir, standby number 1.
Squiggly says stupid work on a Friday afternoon. Hey, if you can watch us while working, then at least work won't be quite as bad, right? Alma Watch, how do I get the camera to rotate freely in the cabin? So, these are custom camera views. That was the fastest. That was the fastest.
Alpine 868 Delta Lima, contact apron 121.85, bye-bye.
121.85, thanks, bye-bye.
Okay, what was that station calling for clearance just before that?
God knows, because it was really fast.
Lufthansa 2, Mike Yankee, I don't have your flight plan, please refund.
Roger.
Scandinavian 22 Zulu, ready to copy?
Ready to copy, Scandinavian 22 Zulu.
Distance 15, Air Link 4 inner, Lufthansa 2, Mark.
Geneva ground, Alpine 68 Delta Lima, stand 31, requesting taxi.
Alpine 68 Delta Lima, Geneva apron, bonsoir. You would need a startup clearance first. Stand by for a startup clearance.
Apologies, yes, still waiting for our startup. Alpine 68 Delta Lima.
Easy 69 Kilo Mike is ready for taxi.
Easy 69 Kilo Mike, taxi holding.
Just trying to do it all in one go.
22 via inner link 5 and Alpha give way to the top with A320 taxiing on link 2.
I've got serious issues with this monitor. The monitor's just turned off again. It doesn't affect anything. You can see the stream, but my monitor's just blanked out for a minute. We're not going anywhere, so it's fine.
Apron and Logan, Germania 9, Whiskey Papa, fully ready for push.
Enjoy your flight, au revoir.
Interesting though, I switched over the power packs today.
Lufthansa
which
3
is
Mike Bravo, contact tower 118.7.
Really sad, because it means that it's not the power pack, it's the actual monitor that's got an issue. I'm going to have to replace that.
For you, contact tower 118.7. Enjoy your flight, au revoir.
Oh, just 118.7, thank you for this Swiss station 5.
As I said, look, you've not had a blackout whilst on approach. No, I've not, but it's going to happen at some point, isn't it? It's come back now.
Germania 9 Whiskey Papa, Geneva 8 and bonsoir, stand by.
Hey Scott S, what's going on? We're on the ground, we're sat waiting, there's lots of traffic, we're basically delayed.
Geneva ground, good evening, Swiss 201, vacated by Delta.
Well, it says the monitor switch was to take place several nights ago. Well, I wanted to check if it was the monitor itself on its way out, or if it was the power supply. I've swapped the power supply over.
Ryanair 67.
It's not the power supply. New monitor needed.
Proof QNH 1014.
So that's frustrating.
Ryanair 647.
Whilst we're sat on the ground then, if you would be so kind as to hit the like button, that would be amazing. If you would hit the subscribe button as well, that would be absolutely fantastic.
EC230, startup approved QNH 1014.
Startup approved QNH 1014, EC230.
Can't believe how busy this is. Ashley, we've got the scenery that's available from Orbex. I can't recall who made it. Oh no, it's not from Orbex, sorry, it's Latin VFR. Yeah, Latin VFR's or Barcelona scenery, I think it is.
Delta 140, start and push approved, facing northeast, QNH 1014.
Start and push approved, facing northeast. 1014.
Yari says, hello, was on my way to Palma, flew over Geneva. Wow, it's busy down there. You're telling me. Oh, there he goes, all the way off to Japan.
So it's 201, new stand 1 via outer link 1
stunning,
and
that,
inner.
isn't it?
Stand 1 via outer link 1 and inner, Swiss 201.
Thank you.
Yari, how long have we been waiting?
Ready for start and push.
Nearly 20 minutes.
Lufthansa 2 Mike Yankee, Geneva 8 and bonsoir, stand by.
Ryanair 647, requesting taxi.
I think we'll be on a single engine taxi out today.
Ryanair 647, taxi holding point to runway 22. Right turn onto link 1 please, then inner link 5 and alpha.
Ryanair 647, holding point 22, 21 left and link 5 alpha.
Correct.
Geneva 8 and bonsoir, top Swiss 195, located on Delta.
Top Swiss 195, Geneva 8 and bonsoir. Welcome to Geneva, stand 3 via outer.
Nobrick says 26 minute
link
taxi
1
out
and
time,
inner.
and that's after a 50-minute delay on stand. Out now.
Stand 3 via outer
And
link
Geneva
1 and
is
inner
just one blinking mess of strobes and beacons.
EC69 Kilo Mike, contact tower 118.7, enjoy your flight, au revoir.
118.7.
Dark Fury stuck behind Christian. Could be worse, you could be stuck behind Nick.
EC230.
And if you're not yet, you soon will be. Lewis Aviation, good evening. Hey, John Fezzer. How you doing, mate?
30, taxi holding point runway
You've missed
22
nothing.
via inner link 5 and alpha.
Taxi to runway 22 via inner link 5 and alpha, EC230.
Ryanair 647, that was not the plan. You should turn on to link 4, right turn, then inner link 5. For now, just continue taxi outer and alpha.
I'm starting to understand why this flight was cancelled in real life.
Ryanair 647, I'm so sorry. I continue with this zero. Sorry.
Clemo, when will everyone leave Nick alone? Never.
Apron Delta 140, we're ready for taxi and we have November on board.
Fezzer, we're not waiting to not waiting to get on frequency. We're waiting for our startup clearance.
Inner link 5 and Alpha.
The Geneva event is great. Would have been perhaps easy to fly in.
Inner link 5 and Alpha Delta 140.
Alpine 68 Delta Lima. Startup approved QNH 1014.
Startup approved QNH 1014. Thank you, Alpine 68 Delta Lima. Yes!
Apron, Geneva Abend again, Bavarian 2, stand 8 3.
Beacon lights on, acupressure is
Bavarian
in the
2,
green.
Geneva 8 and bonsoir, stand by.
Okay, fantastic. Let's get those engines started. So before start checklist, windows and doors closed and armed. Beacon light is on, phone is on silent, brake is on. Engine mode selector to
Whiskey Papa.
normal, starting engine
Push start
1.
approved facing northeast, QNH 1014.
Push start approved northeast 1014, Niner Whiskey Papa.
You got look at the like, could you have any time off today for us?
Well, that's it, John. Fezzer, we've been waiting 23 minutes since our initial request.
2 Mike Yankee. You're currently number 1.
Nick asks, why is no one talking about docks landing when he nearly sideswiped into me the other day?
Good evening, Lufthansa 2 request mission.
I might have to put that as the introduction video on the channel.
Lufthansa 2 Kilo, Geneva 8 and bonsoir, stand by.
Right, engines are starting, so
Ryanair
that's something.
647, contact tower 118.7, enjoy your flight, au revoir.
Ryanair 647, contact tower 118.
Actually says we've got the perfect stand to watch the departing aircraft. This is true. We're not just watching a terminal building. We've got a decent view.
Lufthansa 2 Mike Yankee, push and start approved, facing northeast, QNH 1014.
Okay, so we're not going to bother starting number 2. We're going to do a single engine taxi. So our engine mode selected to normal. We'll get the yellow pump on. APU bleed can come off. Obviously leave our anti-ice because we're not using any of that. We're going to leave the APU master on this time, but we will arm our spoilers, rudder trim, and set flaps 1. Set our pitch trim.
Easy 230, contact tower 118.7, enjoy your flight, au revoir.
118.7.
Oh, that's interesting.
Thank you, have a good evening.
Delta
Germania 4 Whiskey Papa for push, correction for taxi.
Tower 118.7, enjoy your flight, au revoir.
So that's okay. Just double check that eco status. That's fine.
Germania 9 Whiskey Papa ready to taxi.
Okay, single engine taxi out.
Germania 9
Have to start checklist.
Taxi holding point runway 22.
We'll do that once we've started our second engine.
Link 1 and out.
We'll tell them we're ready to go.
22, we are inner link 4 and outer for Niner Whiskey Papa.
Negative, it's inner link 1 and outer.
Inner link 1 outer, sorry, Niner Whiskey Papa.
And ground Alpine 68 Delta Lima, stand 3-1, now ready for taxi.
Ground, good evening, Speedbird 641 with you, vacated Charlie.
Lima, taxi holding point runway 22 via link 3 and outer and alpha.
Holding point runway 22 via link 3, the outer, and holding point alpha for Alpine 68 Delta Lima.
Ground, good evening, Speedbird 641, vacated Charlie.
Speedbird 641, Geneva apron, bonsoir, welcome to Geneva, right onto outer and stand 66.
Forgot we have to ding the cabin.
Speedbird 641.
Apron, good evening, Scandinavian 22 Zulu on stand 33.
Flight control check, full left,
Scandinavian
full
22
right,
Zulu,
neutral,
Geneva apron, bonsoir, stand
full
by.
up, full down,
stand by, yes,
neutral
Scandinavian 22
rudder,
Zulu.
full right, rudder, full left, and neutral. Okay, parking brakes released, off we go. Mitchell, am I still doing something with SimSmart? Yeah, we've used it tonight. Version 2 is on its way very soon as well, which will just basically be a lot faster. Nick says the overlay is partially stopped. Probably got bored of waiting. And Mitchell, welcome to the Captain's Club, Mitchell. Thank you so much for your kind support. Make sure you get yourself in our VIP room on the Discord server as well. And yeah, really do appreciate that, Mitchell. Thank you so much.
Lufthansa 2 Mike Yankee, taxi holding point runway 22 via inner link 5 and Alpha.
So we'll do our pets check, no change to the performance, flex departure, engine out procedures non-standard, left turn at the PAS VOR, back to the Saint-Prix holding point,
after the Germania 7
departure is Basel 7 Alpha, stop climb, flight level 90.
Stand 6-7 straight ahead.
Floor lighting will guide you to an exit.
Roger, stand 6-7 after the passing traffic. Logan 6,
In an emergency, leave all.
Alpine 6-8 Delta Lima, give way to the Logan CRJ vacating Charlie.
As shown. It must be fastened when
I'll
the
give way
seatbelt
to
signs
the
are on.
CRJ.
We recommend that you keep it fastened
Alpine
at all
6 Delta Lima.
times. If the air supply fails, masks will drop from above you. Pull a mask towards you to start the oxygen.
Where would that be?
Bavaria 2, push sort of Pacific Northeast, KNH10.
Unless he's meant to be vacating here and coming straight off, in which case we'll just not block this. At the moment I'm blocking an exit-way. That can't be where he wants us to
Take
stop.
the life jacket from under your seat. Put it over your head. Pass the tapes around your waist. Click together. And pull the strap to adjust.
Oliver, flight time's about
Do
1 hour
not
11 minutes.
inflate it inside the aircraft. When outside, inflate by pulling the toggle. If it fails to inflate or needs topping up, blow into the tube. There is a light and whistle for the
Lufthansa
This the
2
CRJ?
Kilo after the company A320 passing behind you left to right. Push and start
That
approach
doesn't look
facing
like a
northeast,
CRJ to me.
KNH1014.
We wish you a pleasant flight with Easyjet.
After traffic, we start through facing northeast, KNH1014, Lufthansa 2 Kilo.
Germania 9 Whiskey Papa, contact tower 118.7. Enjoy your flight, au revoir.
Let's all have a guess when we're going to have to start that second
Thanks for the
engine.
open service here, Geneva. See you next time. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
164 viewers this Friday night. Thanks for coming on board. Been rather realistic with a big delay so far.
Geneva ground, Swiss 1 gate number 2, ready for push and start.
Swiss last station to confirm.
And track, good evening, sir.
Swiss 185.
Swiss 185 Geneva 8 and bonsoir.
I'll sort the overhead banner out once we're airborne and out of this busy airspace.
Geneva 8, good evening. Swiss 2 for Whiskey Charlie.
Before takeoff, checklist
holding point
below the line.
Swiss 2 for Whiskey Charlie, Geneva 8 and bonsoir.
We'll get
Welcome
through
to
that
Geneva. Taxi stand
in a moment.
34 via
We need to get
outer
the other
and
engine
link
started
3.
first.
Taxi to stand 34 via outer and link 3. Swiss 2 for Whiskey Charlie.
Alpine 68 Delta Lima, contact tower 118.7. Enjoy your flight, au revoir.
118.7, thanks for the great service. Alpine 68 Delta Lima, good night.
Ground, hello, Walker 175, runway 22 Macadine, Charlie, request taxi.
Walker 127.
Tower Alpine 68 Delta Lima is on frequency.
Alpine 68 Delta Lima, bonsoir, number 6.
Number 6. Number 6, Alpine 68 Delta Lima. Number 6. What's that departure frequency?
647,
11952.
traffic, which is Ryanair Boeing 737, line up and wait for runway 22 behind.
Ryanair 647, wait. Okay, thank you.
Ryanair Fogo Romeo, 240.6 knots.
No point in rushing to the threshold, is there? tell you what, the ATC do an absolutely sterling job. That looked like kind of a hard landing. Oh, he's gone around. Is that a balked landing? Oh. Might need someone to inspect that gear. It was Ryanair, so like couldn't have picked a better airline for that. Christian says
Departure, Easy 69 Kilo Mike with you, 3,300 for flight level 9.
Why have I flipped over?
Runway 647, wind 290 degrees 6 knots, runway 22, clear to take off.
Runway 647, clear to take off.
Uzgerber, what's the goal of single engine taxi? Less fuel, less wear and tear, and of course it makes it much easier to taxi as well because the Neos do roll under their own stream. Nick says, was that dark? I didn't know he was landing at Geneva as well tonight.
Easy 230, BNX running traffic Airbus 320 Swiss, line up and wait runway 22 behind.
Tom, I meant to use engine 2 first. No. Not at Easyjet, and certainly not when I'm doing a single engine taxi. But we are going to get that second engine started now.
647, correct departure, 119.525. Goodbye.
Ryanair 647, 121.
So, starting engine number 2.
Bye-bye.
No, just to confirm, 119.525. 119.525.
119 is the decimal 525. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Geneva Tower, just to make sure, because I just see another airplane just on my backside, just to make sure.
Yes, there is an aircraft, an Airbus A320, 6 miles behind, wind 290 degrees 6 knots, runway 22, clear to land.
Thank you.
Good evening, it's Easy 16 Lima, ILS 22, 16 until 4.
Easy 16 Lima, bonsoir, number 3.
Number 3.
Fabrice, hello sir.
Swiss 994, expedite vacate on the left, correct apron 1285, au revoir.
Tom Verrat, oh mate, you've just topped us to 1,000 followers on Twitch. Thank you so much.
But that's because
that is amazing.
I was à peu près ici, désolé.
Pas de souci, 12185, 121
Thank you so much for that.
Has
it accessed the 1001? Thanks so much, guys. Appreciate that.
Clear to take off runway 22, Easy 230.
After start checklist, anti-ice is off. Ecam status is checked. And the pitch trim is set 25.4. Rudder trim 0. Before takeoff, checklist to the line. Flight controls have checked. Departure briefing is confirmed. Flap setting config 1. FMA takeoff dated 149 blue 149 magenta. Climb nav blue 1 FD2 9000 blue flex 68. Transponder is set. Ecam memo. Takeoff no blue. Takeoff no blue. Oh, need to change the ratio off as well. Because it works in this aircraft. Or the switch does anyway. And the EFB.
119.525, Easy CP0, good evening.
And Prodigy HG as well, thank you so much for the follow on Twitch. Well, that's it. 1,000 followers on Twitch. Can we hit 25k on YouTube? Stoner Pilot says tell some of the YouTube followers to come over to Twitch as well. Moves us to the top of the directory. You had to scroll right down to the bottom to notice us. Yeah, we're not that big on Twitch.
Tower, schönen guten Abend again, Bavarian 2, joining the Conga line at 22.
Joining the Conga line, I like it. Right, where's he going to squeeze us out?
Easy 16 Lima, wind 290 degrees 6 knots, runway 22, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 22, 16 Lima.
Top 600 Delta Bravo, correctly prone, 1285, au revoir.
Just pull a little further forward.
Top 690 Delta Bravo, au revoir.
Dark Fury's joined the Twitch group. Hey, mate.
Geneva Tower, Berlin, Lufthansa 5 Tango, Island 22. Bonsoir, Lufthansa 5 Mike Tango.
That's close enough. That close I can see the exhaust
Delta 140, BNX running traffic, Airbus 319, easy short funnel, line up runway 22 and wait behind.
Line up and wait behind the landing Airbus Delta 140.
I'm gonna guess then we might get in behind this guy here. Depends how good they are. Engine's been running 3 minutes.
Ready to final approach speed. Easy 230.
And there we see another skilled Easyjet pilot. Placing it down nicely. Looked a tad early though. Oh, I didn't realise there was actually one in front of him. Oh, ignore what I just said then about us getting out after this guy. Dark Fury on Twitch has subscribed tier 1. Thanks so much, Dark. Subscribing on every channel, every medium available.
Easy 16 Lima, next on the left, prone 1285, au revoir.
April 12185, thanks, bye.
Paul Knoll says, hope I get paid by the hour. I wish.
Let's take off.
Clear for takeoff, Delta 140.
Delta 140. Is he going to America?
Germania 9 Whiskey Papa behind the next landing traffic, which is an Airbus A320 Neo Lufthansa. Line up and wait for runway 22 behind.
Get the next landing traffic, line up 22 and wait behind. Nara Whiskey Papa.
So what do we reckon then? Behind this guy?
Geneva Tower,
I'm guessing behind this guy. Nick, thank you for the 40 bits. Cheers, Nick, with the congratulations on the 1,000 followers on Twitch. Oh, thanks so much, mate. Appreciate that. Tom says the Delta is going to Gatwick. Fair enough. I love the fact you can see the heat glass from the other aircraft.
119.525, au revoir.
119.525, Delta 140.
Just checking we've got that in the standby.
Delta 5 Mach Tango, 290.6 knots, runway 22, clear to land.
Runway 22, clear to land.
And Tom Ravat has used 100 bits. Thank you so much, mate. Saying, got to celebrate that as well. That's just made my day. Tom Ravat, thank you so much for the 100 bits there. Very kind of you, as always, to support the channel. And for sticking with us in what has been the longest departure on any stream I think we've ever done.
Delta 5 Mach Tango, apron 128.5, au revoir.
12185, keep over.
Germania 9 Whiskey Papa, wind 290.6 knots, runway 22, clear to take off.
22 clear to take off, Nara Whiskey Papa.
Right, listen for our call. We should be next, perhaps after the next landing. Hour and 20 minutes we've been going, Steve.
Geneva target, even Lufthansa 2 Kilo and Alpha, ready in sequence.
Lufthansa 2 Kilo, bonsoir, number 3. Top 387 Charlie Alpha, wind 290 degrees 7 out, runway 22, clear to land.
22 clear to land, top 387 Charlie Alpha.
Alpine 68 Delta Lima, BNX landing traffic RBC A320, short funnel, line up runway 22 behind.
Behind landing, next A320, line up and wait behind runway 22, Alpine 68 Delta Lima.
Germanian Whiskey Papa, correct departure, 109.525, over.
119.525, awesome job, see you next time, Nana Whiskey Papa.
This is going to be a fast takeoff, I'm guessing.
Geneva Tower, good evening, Scandinavian 22 Zulu, 1 Alpha.
Bonjour, bonsoir, Scandinavian 22 Zulu, number 4.
Number 4, Scandinavian 22 Zulu.
Where's he gone? There he is.
Geneva Tower, hello, Eurowings 23 Kilo, final ILS 22.
Bonsoir, Eurowings 23 Kilo, roger.
Hello, good evening, Geneva Tower, 685 behind the sequence.
Bonsoir, 6185, number 4. Top 687 Charlie Alpha, next on the left, contact apron 1285, over.
Locate on the left and apron 121 decimal.
For takeoff, check this below the line, cabin secured, engine mode selector is normal, TCAS ARA packs are off, anti-ice is off. And guess what? That monitor just conked out. At least it wasn't on the takeoff roll. That could have been bad.
Alpine 68 Delta Lima, 290 degrees 6 knots, runway 22, clear takeoff.
Clear takeoff runway 22, Alpine 68 Delta Lima.
Bavarian 2,
Takeoff. Start the chrono.
A320 Neo, line up runway 22 behind.
50% M1.
Behind you, departing Easyjet, A320 Neo, line up await runway 22 behind.
Set takeoff thrust. Man flex, SRS, runway. Checked. B1, rotate. Nav.
Positive red, climb, gear up.
Alpine 68 Delta Lima, correct departure 119525, over.
11525, Alpine 68 Delta Lima, bye.
Geneva Tower, boss.
Departure Alpine 68 Delta Lima, passing 2400, flight level 90, miles E7 Alpha.
Alpine 68 Delta Lima, Geneva departure, bonsoir, identified, climb flight level 150.
Flight level 150 for Alpine 68 Delta Lima. Thrust climb, open climb. 150 blue. So just concentrating on the departure at the moment. Flap 0. Spoilers to sound. And we're away. That took a while, didn't it? To think the sun was actually still shining when we when we load it in. Little mist down there. See how it's glowing red? That's quite neat.
Departure, bonsoir, Bavarian to 3,000 feet, climbing 9,000.
Bavarian 2, Geneva departure, bonsoir, identified. Stop climb, flight level 90.
Stop and climb, 90, Bavarian 2.
Cabin crew is released. No bricks, yeah, I know we normally wait about 10 seconds, but as a single pilot, I kind of occasionally, particularly in a busy environment, I kind of just cheat there.
Ladies and gentlemen, please keep your seatbelt fastened.
Alpine 68 Delta Lima, contact Marseille Control 124.650, bonne soirée.
Toilets are located at each end of the cabin.
Over to Marseille 12465, Alpine 68
Delta.
Delta
Not permitted at any time. This includes e-cigarettes.
Bavarian 2, climb.
Eurowings 995 and ready, 230.
Marseille Control, good evening, Alpine 68 Delta Lima, passing flight level 110, flight level 150 in the direct Balzi.
Alpine 68 Delta Lima, Marseille, bonjour, identified, climb flight level 250.
Flight level 250 in correction, we're inbound Bevan.
Air France 4113, descendez 5000 pieds, QNH 1013.
On descend 5000 pieds, QNH 1013, Air France 4113.
250 blue.
Air France 1438, descend 3000 feet, proceed direct ECMET, clear wireless approach 17 left.
No bricks, tell that to the passengers. We're a single pilot.
To 3000 feet, cleared ILS. Can you repeat the direct? I need to take the direct to ECMET then. Direct to ECMET, Air France 148.
Right, let's clear out the rad nav page. Don't need that. Check the progress page. And flight 330 is going to be no issue for us.
3 to Lima, Marseille, bonsoir. Climb flight level 38, correction 370.
Climb flight level 370, flying group 3 to Lima.
Boarding 2468, contact Swiss radar 134.325.
Well, I was hoping we'd be able to see some of the Alps on this stream, but it's dark.
RNP Delta 22 droite, Air France Mike Golf. Air France 98 Mike Golf, contactez Nice-Tour 118,7, au revoir. 118,7 Air France Mike Golf, merci, au revoir. Surprise triple 60 cents, 3000 feet, and then left heading 290, clear ILS approach runway 33.
Stop 3000 feet, left 290, cleared ILS runway 33, start track 666.
Air France 17, pilote autorité que près, descendez niveau 140.
Good to have Marseille Control.
Descend niveau 140, Air France 27 kilo Foxtrot.
Alpine 201, you are cleared, Varec 1 Sierra arrival.
Speedless. Nick on Twitch has just done a bit of self-pro on some Discord channels. Nick, the Easyjet Simpalent PR manager.
201, cleared, Varec 1 Sierra arrival.
Matale, you're not late to the show at all. We've literally just departed. You've missed us being sat on the ground for an hour. That's all you've missed.
Varec 1 Sierra arrival, Alpine 201.
Transavia 2605, vitesse 222, descendez niveau 80.
Transavia 2605, vitesse 222 et descente vers le niveau 80.
Canadian 730, descent flight level 60.
Descent 60.
Eurings 995, ready for flight level.
Uzgobert asks, do you always got open climb when to get to a higher altitude, or are there situations where you still respect those constraints? No, if you ATC have cleared you, make sure you select open climb, otherwise
confirm heading
it will respect the constraints in just normal climb, and that's not what ATC wants.
Star Trek 666, you can continue left heading 2604, establishing on the ILS.
260.
Nick says he nearly advertised the stream in the Phoenix channel, then remembered.
Contact sheet radar 134.325, over.
Oh, that would have gone down well.
134.325, Air Liberté 5080. Thank you very much for the service. Bye-bye.
Air France 4, correction disregard.
Alec says good luck with the rest of the flight. Wings and beer time. Oh, that sounds good.
Good.
I'm just gonna let you know I'm landing runway 02 for Bonaparte, Napoleon.
Correct.
Thank you.
Airlines 2581, contact sheet radar 134.325, over.
134.325 for wings.
ATC is lit up tonight, isn't it? There's traffic all over the place. It's amazing.
Again 730, left heading 280.
Left 280 for Scandinavia 030.
Transversal 2605 gauche, correction droite, cap 120.
Transversal 2605, cap 300.
La France 4113, droite, cap 130, descendez 3000 pieds, autorisé approche ILS, piste 20, correction 17 gauche, maintenez 259.
On tourne à droite, cap 130.
I love the clouds in the distance on the horizon. I think that's a great job. I was just trying to have a little look at whatever city that was down there. What a great view. Then I go to ask, have FlyByWire demonstrated any major progress in the last couple of months? The main thing has been continuing to work on VNet.
Climb to flight level 330.
Climb now, flight level 330, Alpine 68 Delta Lima. So just climb up, climb 330 blue. Yeah, so FlyByWire have just continued to work on the VNAV profile, getting it, really refined and working. Tell you, super chat, €199. Oh, thank you so much. It says, please fly to Istanbul one day. Is that Dalaman, Lima Tango Fox Mike? Because we did that pretty recently. But thank you so much. Sorry, my ears keep getting pinged by ATC.
Please, Alpine 42
but very kind of thanks, Natalia. Do appreciate that donation. But yeah, we went into Dalaman recently, and that was a great arrival. I really enjoyed that.
42 Delta.
Satellite 666 confirmed, established runway 33.
Canis, hello, good evening. Thanks for joining us.
Establishing with the ILS runway 23.
And that crowd said that should have been Leon. Thanks for that, I was wondering.
We are establishing Star Trek 6.
Satellite 6, Roger, runway 33, clear to land, wind is 270 degrees, 5 knots.
Runway 33, clear to land, Star Trek 6.
Advance 971, cleared out conflict, descent flight level 380. France 14, correction France 1438, contact tower 120.45, over.
Interestingly enough, Barcelona Centre is also online. What's the chances of full ATC service from door to door? What do we reckon?
France 1438.
But Dennis says, just heard Lima Tango Fox Mike, the taxi there is a journey alone. A bit like Schiphol's Western runway. Hey Elliot, good to have you back.
France 41, 13, vitesse 180 jusqu'à Synoptique.
Vitesse 180 jusqu'à Synoptique, Air France 41, 13.
Canadian 730, speed 220 knots, descent 3000 feet.
You're very welcome. I promise it won't go to waste.
Descend 3000 feet and repeat the image.
QH 1013.
The more the merrier recently landed at the default Lima Tango Fox
Runway
Mike.
191, contact
Is that
6
down, man? My SAO code of that area of the world's rubbish.
134325, runway 11, take away.
But the scenery that's available that I've got, I think it was all
Vous avez 2605 confirmé restriction
really
de
good.
vitesse 200 à 9.
That looks like a large aircraft at the top.
38 Romeo X-ray, level 370 towards Nita.
638 Romeo X-ray Marseille, bonjour, proceed direct to Irmar.
Sorry, just get that waypoint one more time, towards 0 Romeo X-ray.
638 Romeo X-ray direct to Irmar, India, Romeo, Mike, Alpha, Romeo.
Direct EMR, top 0 Romeo X-ray. La France 4113, on est établi sur l'ILS.
France 4113, contacté Syntex Tour 120 décimal 45, au revoir.
Hopefully the overlay has just sprung back to life.
Merci beaucoup, au revoir.
Canadian 730, left heading 180.
Left heading 180, Scandinavia 730.
Descent 3 Mike Bravo, descent flight level 300.
Descent level 300, Lufthansa 3 Bravo.
See how we're doing.
Transat 2605, autorisé à approcher LS, piste 17 gauche, rappel établi.
Transat 2605, autorisé à approcher LS 17 gauche, on rappelle établi. Transat 2605, est-ce que vous pouvez confirmer qu'on a une restriction de vitesse 229 s'il vous plaît?
Correct.
So not too high tonight. Only flight level 33. Check the flight plan. Oh, that's a later arrival time than I was hoping for.
Foxtrot pour plus bas.
17 kg Foxtrot, contactez l'approche 134 décimal 475, au revoir.
Avec l'approche 134 décimal 475, Air France 17 kg Foxtrot, merci beaucoup du contrôle, bonne soirée.
Canadian 730, left heading 160, clear Dallas approach 17 left.
Mac Alt Star.
Left 160, clear, ILS approach 17 left.
Marseille, bonsoir. French Post, correction. French Cargo.
Gomez says to the route, take us over the Bravo Golf Romeo VOR. Your grandparents should have a house there. You saw the VOR many times, but never knew what it was. I'll check the operational flight plan, mate, at the top. Click the link, download it, and have a look. There we go, Alt Cruise.
Foxtrot Control, good evening. Channel X59 Echo Delta with you, flight level 360.
Channel X59 Echo Delta Marseille, bonjour, identified. French Cargo 912 droite 4080, descendez niveau 100.
Let's do our top of cruise checks, shall we?
Transavia 2605, on est établi LS, piste 17 gauche.
C'est contrôle, bonsoir. French Cargo 912, presse radio.
Transavia 2605, vitesse 189 jusqu'à Sinocide, contactez la Syntex Tour 120 décimal 45, au revoir.
Transavia 2605, vitesse 180 nœuds et nous contactons 120 décimal 450, merci beaucoup et bonne soirée.
Air France 971, descent flight level 380.
Descent flight level 380, Air France 971.
French Cargo 912 Marseille.
Lovely. Everything is operating normally.
Descend 3 Mike Bravo, contact Barcelona 132.35, au revoir.
132.350 for Lufthansa 3 Bravo, thank you for the service, bye bye.
In just a few moments,
Channel X59 Echo Delta, proceed direct to Mike Tango Lima.
purchase a selection of hot.
Alright, Mike Tango Lima, Channel X59 Echo Delta.
We accept payment in pounds.
638 Romeo X-ray, descent flight level 360.
The correct change would be greatly appreciated. And if we could be of any further assistance, then just ask us as we join you in the cabin shortly.
Top 638 Romeo X-ray, descent flight level 360.
Descent level 360, top 0 Romeo.
Star Trek 666.
So we had a look at the arrival. I know pretty much how we're going to plan the arrival. We've just got a few other things that I want to check. Obviously. We'll do a fuel check as well.
Gate, clear aviation.
See where we are.
Good east, bye bye. Star Trek 666.
Just arriving now.
71, contact Paris 128, decimal 1, au revoir. .18 minutes in. That's fine.
And what fuel should we have? Should have about
3.5
tons. 3.5 tons. Oh, pretty spot on, I'd say.
971. Thank you for nice service. Have a nice evening. Bye.
Which is excellent, considering the delay we had.
Until 6.
Speed 180 until, sorry, repeat.
Until 6.
Copy, speed 180 and maintain before 60.
Heading is 985, contact Barcelona 132.35, over.
Christian says Barcelona is hard to understand. What, the city, the language, the charts?
Bonsoir. Merci beaucoup.
Oh no, that looks pretty much exactly as we'd briefed, to be fair. So, we can basically, depending on what ATC wants to do, if they are online, we'll be flying a full procedure to return onto finals, or if there's no ATC and we're on our own and there's no traffic in the way, then we'll be taking the shortcut straight to
contact tower 120.450.
Let's have a look at some other stuff on the charts, just so we're well aware of what's happening.
Swiss 875 requesting descent.
Dark Fury is already descending.
875 descent, flight level 230.
Descent flight level 230, Swiss 875.
So how long is the
Marseille control, bonsoir. I will have Mike Lima at flight level 367, flight level 380.
Check.
Avion 5 Mike Lima, Marseille, bonjour. Unfortunately, frequency is closing, so you can continue on Unicode 122.8. Have a good evening.
6 left.
122.8 for Avion 5 Mike Lima. Bye bye.
It's 6 meters wide. Oh right, this is a very wide runway. It could give us a false, could give us a false perspective as we're going down, so let's really make sure we aim for that landing zone.
Marseille control, bonsoir. French cargo 912 pour radio.
And let's do that brief again. So flight level 100 as we get 10 miles from Sierra Lima Lima. And then as we come in from Sierra Lima Lima, we're going to get down 5,000 feet. Again, this is if there's no ATC. 5,000 feet, green dot. Flaps 1, getting down to 3,000 feet.
Have a good evening, over.
Then straight in.
Thank you, bye bye.
The LS runway 06 left. After landing,
bye-bye.
we will vacate Papa 4 or Papa 2, then cross Tango onto Sierra. I think Marseille ATC has just closed, so means there won't be quite as much noise now. Just seeing if it tells us we needed to hold anywhere. No, it doesn't say we need to hold, but obviously we've got eyes, we'll use them. Alright, fair enough. Let's flip over to Unicom then, shall we? Well, that was a busy departure, lots of ATC, highly realistic, which was great. And at least we had a good view, didn't we, when we were on the ground at Geneva? We weren't just sat watching the terminal. So let's have a quick look at our actual route on here now. Yeah, there's not really any way I can cut any corners there. That's going to be pretty much now direct to the start of our downwind leg. Fair enough. Now, interestingly enough, I saw fuel on board at Barcelona, 1.5 tons. We'll see, I don't believe that. Right, so back into the chat. Has it been rather stormy today in Germany? Danny's saying that some flights got hit and diverted from Frankfurt. 340 to Luxembourg. In fact, I think Dark Fury said it's been thundering today near me. Well, over near Doncaster. It's far enough away that I didn't get to enjoy that, which is a shame. I like watching a good storm. Wouldn't want to fly through one, but on the ground, always good fun to watch. Is the overlay working as well now, guys? Is that back on point? Well, how long have we got before our top of descent? We've got probably quite a while. Yeah, we've got about 100 miles or so, something like that. We've done all of our arrival briefs. We know what we're doing, how we're planning to fly the arrival. We're good. We'll see if ATC is still online or whether it bleeds off. At the moment, oh, it has. I think it has gone offline. I think we're going to be on our own now until we get into Barcelona. Never mind. I would imagine Dark Fury's already landed. He got his pushback and stardom clearance much earlier than I did back in Geneva. Wonder if they've had to hold anyone. I didn't look at VATSIM or anything like that to see if any of the arriving aircraft got held. But if they did, how long people were having to hold for. Oh, I've just realised we were in that bad capture again. You should hopefully now have nice smooth panning. Gaza88, thanks so much on Twitch for the follow. Slowly creeping our way up to 25,000 subs. We need now 37. 37 subs gets us 25,000. And when that happens, of course, we will have a dedicated day streaming where we've got giveaways from Orbex, Contrail, Aerosoft, Micro Simulations, PMDG. Big thanks to all of those guys. Jason says it's exciting. Do you know what is exciting for me? The fact that I can put a full day aside for a realistic day's flying. If HD gets his way, it's going to be a line check flight. I don't want that. That means the pressure's on. Let's go ahead and grab some weathers, shall we? See what's happening. So we'll go ahead, send that off. Do we need any more on route? Probably not, to be honest. Quick check just to see. Christian says you think Barcelona radar just fell off. Fell off his chair. Why, was there no warning? Has he literally just decided, I've had enough, that's it, I've gone? We can have a look at we can have a look at Montpellier, which is Lima Fox Mike Tango. Another airport that we haven't been to for a while, that one. And there's some good scenery available for it too. The company message is here. Let's come quickly. I haven't used this function in so long. Dark Fury, dot wallop him. You can't dot wallop the controllers, can you? That'd be a bit harsh. Oh, it's that magic disappearing and reappearing ink. Did you see that? So let's go to our performance. Let's go and get stuff set up for the arrival. So what have we got? QNH in Barcelona is 1014. Temperature is currently 23 degrees. Wind is 060 at 12. Oh, that's straight down the line. Transition altitude 7,000 feet. That VAP is now 129, and the barrel for a Cat 1 approach 262. So the flight plan is sorted, and let's fill out our RadNav page for the arrival. We just need to pop in let's have a look. We'll pop in the Sierra Lima Lima and the BCN. That should do. .45 miles away. So our prog page is all filled out. What I will do, actually, just for my my own benefit, I always like just to have. Oh, I can clear these out. These were for the departure, weren't they? Let's get rid of that. And yeah, I always just like, for my own situational awareness, a 10-mile radial ring around that. Sorry, no, a 30-mile radius ring around that. That's all set up. Quick check of the fuel prediction page then. Well, estimated fuel on board is slowly climbing. As I say, I wouldn't pay too much attention to that, but it's not fixed. Landing wedge is going to be nice and light. We're not going to require any auto brakes or anything like that, and secondary flight plan doesn't work. So Danny says, you don't know if this is too much to ask, but is there a chance to announce some time before via Discord or something that when the 25k subspecial will be? Not to exact numbers, but just some hours before. Danny, that sort of thing I will absolutely announce days ahead of when it is, because I'll actually have to plan that one. So yeah, don't you worry, that will definitely be, that will most certainly be announced and put on the Discord. Anthony, why fly by wire tonight rather than Phoenix? Just because this flight in real life was scheduled to be a Neo flight. Keeping it real. Although we haven't kept it real because this flight was actually cancelled in real life. So we made up for that by just being incredibly delayed on the ground. Jason says you might just take the day off. Yeah, me too. Plus which, Anthony, we don't want to stop flying the fly-by-wire Neo because it's an amazing aircraft. A few clouds down there, looking at that. I think I need to go and buy a new monitor this weekend. That's frustrating. But I can't keep having my sim monitor going blank on me. I literally become blind when that happens because the monitor that's dying and has become intermittent is the monitor that is this monitor here. It's the monitor that you guys are seeing. So I've got the chat over on my other monitor over here, which is fine. You guys are always there. But suddenly when this all disappears for me, you guys can see. You'll have to stop being my eyes and ears. Tell me how far to move the mouse cursor across and dial. And we'll try and set it up for an auto land. That pretty much trying to get a blind pilot flying. Lewis, how long to top of descent? Not very long at all, my friend. About 8 minutes. Top Gun, sorry if I missed the explanation. What's the 25k sub special? We are about 37 subscribers away from hitting 25,000 subscribers. When that happens, then we will be having a full day special live stream with lots of giveaways. Nick says a nice 49-inch curved 4K. Yes, yeah. Well, maybe if one falls off the back of a lorry between now and the end of the weekend. Hey wife, the kids don't need feeding this weekend. Look what I've got. Vino's just landed in Geneva. It was indeed very, very busy. Top Gun, thank you for the congratulations. Vino says he had to do a long 30-minute hold at Vega. Is that opposed to a short 30-minute hold at Vega? Danny says, wait, this is the fly-by-wire you're flying now. You didn't even notice. What? You didn't notice? Really? Master Ecoval, yeah, that is exactly correct. This is the experimental version. And I've not had any issues with it. I rarely do have issues with it, to be completely honest. 10 miles and we'll start heading down. Antrax says still support fly-by-wire. Yeah, and rightly so. They do great work. The more the merrier says it loves his 1440 ultra wide. Well, that's it. I do just have to be a little bit careful. One for space, and one for space, and two because obviously the PC is streaming at the same time. I don't want to put too much on it. We know what happens when you put too much on it. Click Pilot on Twitch. Any reason why I'm not flying the Phoenix? Just because this flight in real life was scheduled to be a Neo. And we also still love FlyByWire. Right, top of descent is coming up. Let's start heading down, shall we? So we're going to get down to flight level 100 to begin with. So let's go ahead and set that. Mac descent 250 magenta.
Once again, you will be delighted to hear that we will shortly be starting our descent into our destination, at which point the cabin crew will start preparing for our arrival. If you could please make sure that all the aisles are clear, the cabin crew are able to make their way around the aircraft without any luggage in the aisles, that would be most appreciated. A reminder for our Easyjet pilot members that free drinks are still available from the cabin crew until the seatbelt signs are turned on. Please note, however, that the toilets will shortly go out of use. Thank you.
Wally says, out to the store and back and we're still here. We've probably spent longer on the ground in Geneva than you did going to the store, Wally. Danny says the Phoenix is in the maintenance hangar. Mine isn't. Dark Fury's is. Oh boy, that's going to take some repairing. Vino, do I think the Navigaf nav data is worth buying? Well, if you're trying to make things as realistic as possible, it's all worth buying. But of course, you know, many other things come in life before being able to afford charts for virtual simulations. Boxer Steve, that's another point as well. I limit my FPS to 30 anyway, so... God, it's getting warm in here now. Oh, Steve, yeah, you've just said the same thing. So my FPS is limited to 30. It just keeps everything really stable. And, you know, this is 30 FPS. Is it really that bad? When you think about how much traffic and how many models were being conjured up in Geneva back then for an hour or so. You know, it was... yeah, it was working hard. Dark Fury, it means there's more 737 flights than the Ryanair till the Phoenix is fixed. Well, Dark, you prefer... should I say this? Shall I out you? You prefer Boeing to Airbus. Flight Simulator 197 said he showed that Microsoft Flight Simulator FlyByWire A320 to your dad, a former 320 pilot, and he was amazed at the realism of the thing. Show him the Phoenix. Flight simulators, or if you've not got it, just show him one of our streams. He'll think like he'll think he's back at work. Danny, there's absolutely where you can limit it to 40. Not in the sim, but you can limit it in. You can limit it in your graphics, NVIDIA graphics settings. Gaza VATSIM, when you enter your flight level cruise, what do you put in what SimBrief tells you, even though at some points it goes higher? I normally put in the highest one, Gaza. Yeah. Flight Simulators 197, that's understandable, of course, it is payware. But yeah, honestly, show him one of the streams in the Phoenix. Now, this is interesting. Why are we outside the gates? Not massively above the profile, but I would imagine they are the bright lights of Barcelona over there. Ben, it was meeting a speed constraint, was it? Was there one back there at Alba? There was a... there's no speed constraint at Alba, as far as I'm aware. First speed constraint comes at 10 miles from Sabadell. Mitchell says you're more of a Boeing fan, that's because you have a domestic bias. Oh, I'm just lazy. Ben, no, he didn't have one in the McDo either. So, there you go. First one is at this 10 miles from Sarabel. Vino, what LOD am I using? I honestly can't remember. It might be 200, I think. Yeah, I think it's 200. Yeah, I think LOD is 200, and I have the scenery objects. I've forgotten what that's called, but the amount of different scenery objects there set to about 150. Ben says, maybe it thought you would make not make 250 at 10,000 slowed you. No, I doubt it. We've still got 10,000 feet to go. You can lose 10 knots of speed every mile. There's a rough guide. I've got a long way to go till we're at 10,000 feet. So, who mentioned Friday night quiz question for you? I've got one for you. See the little arrow? I mean, it is very little at the moment because we're not changing speed so much. But the little arrow obviously shows your speed trend, doesn't it? When whether you're speeding up or whether you're slowing down. But at the point at where it extends to and finishes, as I say, a bit difficult to see at the moment. How long in seconds does the aircraft anticipate that it will be at the speed that it is showing? Did that question make sense? Let me try again. So the little speed arrow there is showing a little down arrow to, well, only to this point here. But again, we're not actually slowing down, so this would be easy to slow if I physically pulled the speed down. But the little arrow, if it was pointing down at around 240 now, and we were slowing down, how many seconds does it think it will take the aircraft to reach where it's pointing? So Nick's going 10 seconds, More the Merrier's going 10, Flight Simulator's going 10, Danny's going 10, Dark Fury's going 10. Wow, this is a boring question. Christopher Vetter, 15. Thank you, sir. Any advances on 15? Danny says, but 10 seconds won't be enough. Everything would have to remain constant. Well, that's... remember as well, it bobs up and down, doesn't it? So... Flight simulations, 987,239 seconds. I don't think I've been alive that long. Someone is now dividing that number by 60. By 60. By 365. Ryan says 12 seconds. My word, I'm melting in here. The crash 3.14 seconds. Pi, basically. You think pi. I'm hungry now. Good night, Vino. Sleep tight. Don't let the bedbugs bite. Anthony says 1 billion seconds is 31 years. How did you... Have you worked that out, or is that just one of those daft things you know, Anthony? In which case, sadly, I have been alive that long. Pi r squared, no pi r round. Minus 33 seconds, I like that answer. It is, of course. It is, of course, 10 seconds. But as Danny has said as well, it has to be constant, which is why you often see it moving around quite a bit. Right, track miles to go. We've got 92. Profile's all good and fine. Can't see the airport yet, but it'll be over here somewhere, right on the coast. Ryan says, so I was correct at 12, as it needs 2 seconds for the pixels to move on the screen. Flight Simulators, what does that ECAM message mean? So the outer tank fuel crossfeed valves, it just means literally what it says. So the outer tank, which are these ones here, fuel crossfeed valves have opened so fuel can filter in to the left and the right inner tanks, and that happens automatically when these inner tanks drop below 750 kilograms. It's normal, so don't worry about it. Just tells you that they're open, and can't recall. You don't even get a message on. You don't even get anything on the overhead. And they won't close again until you refuel on the ground. Right, we're just passing flight 130. Now, because we've got no ATC, I'm going to delete the manual leg and we'll get ourselves sorted. So that means now we're not doing any sort of manual leg here. We've got 83 miles still to run. So we're easily on a neat profile. Remembering, of course, where is it? That's Sierra Lima Lima. Just here. We needed to be at 10,000 feet, so we're 10,000 feet, a long way out. Yeah, a long way out. Barcelona's down here. A little bit misty isn't it? It's not going to affect us. Nick says there's a bit of a fuel imbalance there. Time for a HD transfer. No. Absolutely not. Even though I've got the Ofcom in front of me, I'm not going to do it. Or the QRH even. Right, so we're now at 10,000 feet. And looking at everything we've got, we're going to do a quick jump. Let's get ourselves down to platform altitude, which is going to be 3,000 feet. So let's set local QNH, which is 1014. We'll set that on here as well. 1014, 3,000 blue, and we're going to get ourselves direct to Aztec, which means we're just going to clear out a load of waypoints. Because we're going to go 545, and then after 545, after 541, we're going to clear some stuff out. So delete that, delete that, keep deleting till we see Aztec. There it is, clear the discontinuity, and there we are. We have shortened our legs somewhat. We can also now use VS, and that will manipulate the little level off arrow that we just saw. We need time to slow down as well, of course. Approach checklist. So, cabin is secure, seatbelt signs are on, approach briefing has been done. Minimums are 262, both sides set. Engine motor selector is normal, EFB stowed. Oh, that was a bit of a stutter, perhaps while loading in Barcelona, which is just here. So we'll pull speed, get our lights on. Can see traffic here, but he should have landed well before we're in the way.
Possible traffic EasyJet cruiser over 15 final runway 06.
Activate our approach phase. Sunair, I do have the Phoenix as well. Yeah, we normally fly that, but this flight was actually scheduled to be a Neo, so there we go. Christian's just picked one of the 4 million gates available. Yeah, there's quite a few, isn't there? Where's my level off arrow gone? Oh, there it is. I'll leave it at 1,000 then, because we do have to slow down. Barcelona traffic, Alpine 6 at Delta Lima is currently north of the field, 10 miles downwind from runway 06 left. 6,000 feet.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will shortly be landing. Please ensure your cabin bag is safely stowed with your laptop inside. Your tray table must be stowed, armrests down, and window blind open. You now need to be seated with your seatbelt fastened, ready for landing. Please help us by handing in any rubbish, newspapers, or magazines that you do not want to take with you. The toilets are no longer in service.
Christian, I was opting for Terminal 2 as well. Danny, you know how the FMGS predicts fuel burn, etc. When there's a manual leg like here at Barcelona, how would it know how long you're going to fly that manual leg for? I actually don't know, Danny. I mean, I'm guessing it's not something stupid, but that's a good question. We'll have to try and find out the answer to that. Raffle Boy, thank you for subscribing a few minutes ago.
Barcelona traffic, runway 06 left, Patek. Iberia 931.
So 06 left vacated. I don't think anyone else is coming in.
And Barcelona traffic, Easyjet 230, more final 06.
Just realised something. I'm going to push the level off. We shouldn't have gone any lower than 5,000 feet at 545. Let's just get ourselves back up. Right, we're going to start slowing ourselves to green dot. That'll also get us up a little bit quicker. Now we can get down to 4,000 feet by 541. Four 4,000 feet at 541 is fine, then down to 3,000 feet, and then we'll start configuring as well. Christian says, you see, you've just cut the RNAV transition in my favour as well. Absolutely. As long as we're safe, we're happy. Right, let's get ourselves down to platform altitude. Flaps 1, speed's checked. Flaps 1. 180 knots. Hot glide slope blue, lock blue, cat 3 dual, autopilot 1 and 2. Jason's watching on a Premiere in Wi-Fi and it's like watching a video from 2002. Here it is. Lock star.
Boss, traffic Easy 230 is OC active 06.
Barcelona traffic, Alpine 68 Delta Lima, established runway 06, left 11 miles. And QAA, of course, is identified. I was a little bit late popping that LS button on. Hey, flaps 2, speed's checked, flaps 2. Lift us up. Into that glide slope, there we go, glide slope. Star, missed approach altitude 3,000 feet, set. Now remember, there's a little bit of a false perspective here. It's dark, there's a big patch of darkness as well that we're aiming for. And it's a 60-mile wide runway. Did I just say 60-mile wide runway? 60 meter wide runway.
2,500.
Radar altimeter is alive. Oh, there you go. There's the delay on the stream. Everyone's saying 60 miles. There's a great image of a Ryanair pilot that's just brought to mind. 6 miles. Let's configure. Gear down. Spoilers. Speed. And flaps 3. Speed's checked. Flaps 3. Fake showdown. Hello. Barcelona traffic, Alpine 68 Delta Lima 06, left 4 miles. Flaps full, landing checklist, cabin is secured, auto thrust speed, go around altitude 3000 set. ECAM memo, landing, no blue. Look at that wind. T-Man, this is one of your favourite routes, is it? It's a
1,000.
Nice little route. We were probably on the ground longer than in the air. I bet this is where my monitor cuts out. Let's make sure we don't get too low.
$500.
Stable.
$400. $100 above. $300. Minimum.
Continue.
$200. $100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5.
Spoilers replied. Reverses green. And a little bit of manual braking to assist us. Vacate left and find somewhere to park.
Ladies and gentlemen, the cabin crew will shortly be leaving their seats to perform safety-related duties. However, we ask that you remain seated until the fasten seatbelt sign has been switched off. Portable electronic
FlyByWire channel,
devices
thanks for the follow, my friend.
calls or internet access may now be used. Please make sure that you take all your personal belongings with you, checking in the seat pocket, underneath the seat, and in the overhead lockers. Do take care when opening the lockers in case anything falls out. Smoking is not permitted until you reach a designated smoking area. On behalf of the captain and the crew, it has been our pleasure looking after you today. Our ground crew will help you complete your Easyjet journey.
Barcelona
For
traffic
latest
runway
news,
06
promotions,
left
flight and destination information, check out our official Facebook page, Twitter, or Easyjet app.
Hang on a minute. Pretty certain we've just gone the wrong way. So we have to go right at this point and then back left. Terminal 2, that's what I want. Sierra 3 there. This would be a lot easier in the daylight. Oh, that monitor's just died again. Ugh. Oh, let me know if I'm on the grass. Quick flick of a switch and we're on to the second screen. Right, our terminal's over here somewhere. Welcome to Barcelona anyway, guys. Hope you had a pleasant flight with us. Not an active runway, so we'll not put the strobes on for this. We now know where we're going, so let me go ahead and get that APU started. God, you forget how fast the Neo taxis compared to the Phoenix. I must say, I do prefer the taxi lights of the Neo. Right, so there's gate Charlie November. We'll take Echo November, which is our not the next one, but the one after that. Which I believe should be this one. Oh, HD's come on chat. Hello HD. Stand 96. I've no idea where I am now, mate. So I'm hoping for the best while switching monitors. I've got to get that sorted this weekend. HD now quoting Joseph. Yeah, to get back to 96 I would have to turn back around. I reckon stand 106 is a good shout. Danny says stand 96, we want a nice jet bridge. Well, you see, low cost carriers, they cost extra, right? Give them the stairs. Forget how good this scenery is actually. Not been here too many times since I've got it. Squareness, absolutely. This is payware Barcelona. It is really nice. It doesn't have things like animated passengers and stuff like Brussels, but it is indeed very good. Brussels is just something else, though, isn't it? Brussels really is something else. Right, APU is started. I'm just going to let those flaps finish retracting, then we'll get the engine shut down. And then we can tell the ground crew, yes, you may approach the aircraft. There we go. Right, so engines 1, engines 2, shut down, seatbelt signs off, beacon light off, strobe lights can come off fully now, and well, let's connect that external power. Sounds like airport lounge music, this in the background, doesn't it? Squawk 2000. Wonderful. Well, that was a longer flight than I anticipated this evening. A much longer flight than I anticipated. But fair dues. It was realistic. Jet bridge, let's get you connected as well. Then we can get you sorted. Squareness says you've been wanting to get your hands on the Brussels airport. It's home airport after all. Oh, go for it. If you've got a PC that can handle it, absolutely go for it because it's amazing. Right, whoops. Oh, I do hate it when the drone cam does that. Yeah, so this Barcelona airport actually is really stunning. It's lovely. And I believe these are the guys that flew with us today. Who flew to Lufthansa? And Star Alliance, I have no idea from this angle what airline that actually is. Oh, there was that Dark Fury in your Swiss in your Swiss livery tonight. Well, no better airline to fly out of Switzerland on, I guess. HD, it was incredibly busy on the ground. I think we were on the ground for nearly an hour in total before, maybe a bit more, about an hour and 20 minutes, actually. Christian, you to Lufthansa, I should have known that, shouldn't I? Yeah? With your hand flying auto thrust all the way, auto thrust off rather. Right guys, thanks very much. I hope you've all had a great flight with us. It has been a long one. I expected tonight to be about 2 hours, 2 hours 40 minutes, so there you go. Thank you so much to those of you who have donated and contributed to the channel's upkeep during our stream this evening, both on Twitch and on YouTube. Welcome to our new Twitch followers. Thank you so much for helping us reach over 1,000 followers on Twitch tonight. That is amazing. And I will just give you a final sub check as well as we're getting closer and closer to the 25,000 subs on YouTube. We need 30 more, just 30 more subs, and then I need to schedule that special 25k. Thanks so much to the Easyjet and Pilot channel members as well for your continued support. I hope everyone has a great weekend. Looking forward to chatting with you as always on the Discord server. And I'm not sure when I'll next see you over the weekend, as I've got a few things lined up that I've got to take care of. But hopefully we'll be back with you again very soon. Happy flying everyone, and thanks for stopping by. Good night guys. Have a great weekend.